It's a dead heat now. Again, my reaction's not so much to the Times, and I'm dead serious here. It's to people that freak out disproportionately on the Times, and then the Times doing 15 stories on their poll. Fox will not do 15 stories on their Fox poll. Morning Consult won't, but it's become this cottage industry for people on the other side of the Chinese wall that Maura is not on. So she has nothing to do with this. Please do not direct any comments or tweets to her.
Not involved in polls.
I just for people at home, and it's important for them to kind of see what's behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I have, for 6 months, since people have been freaking out about Biden's team, I'm telling you, every time I go in and talk to anybody that's running the campaign, the big part of the campaign, I don't know what they're telling you and what they're telling other people. They act like people that are holding 4 aces. Well, what about this? Yeah, that's pretty bad. What about this? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Boy, that looks really tough. Yeah, boy, Trump. They really...
Is this a criticism or...?
No, I'm telling you, they know something that I think a lot of us don't know. And they look at numbers and they see where things are going. They've had a theory of a case that when people realize Donald Trump is going to be getting into the race, things are going to start gelling better for them. They understand that you win politics by raising money and organizing on the ground. They understand Donald Trump's numbers are way down in every way in fundraising. And they'll say, oh, well, we're going to... No, they're not. They're not going to... They're never going to catch Joe Biden. And as far as organization goes, we all know, anybody who's been involved in a political campaign, if you're tearing up like steaks in April and May, you're not going to put him back down in July and August. Donald Trump is going to be pounded on the ground. The blocking and the tackling, the Biden people feel great about. And they have about 1,000 clips of Donald Trump that every day they're like, which one are we going to use today? Boop. And it just makes him look horrible.
Yeah. The Biden campaign...
They're supremely confident.
Yes. I mean, they are cognizant that it will be very close. They are confident, but they know it's going to be tight. In fact, an aide told me in the last week or so that this person was saying, I feel very good about where we are. We're going to win decisively by less than a point, because that's how this is going to be. This race is going to be tight, but they like where they are, in part because of the fundamentals. They have far better organization. They have far more state offices. They have far more money on hand, and that advantage is probably only going to grow. They do feel like that once Americans start paying attention, and to Mara's point, most are not just yet.
Yeah.
Most still think there's some skepticism whether this is going to be the race. And I'm told yesterday that's part of why these debates are important and why they're happening so early, for 2 reasons. First of all, there just isn't an understanding now. So many more Americans vote early. The debate commission was going to have their debates late October. That's too late. Too many ballots have already been cast.
But your second point, I'm still having intelligent people with advanced degrees telling me, who's the Republican nominee really going to be?
Yeah. People still wonder. They think Joe Biden is too old. They think Donald Trump, well, he'll be in prison. He can't do it. Like, whatever it might be, there are people who are still skeptical. And that's why a Biden person was telling me last night, June is so important, because that June debate, what that's going to do, that's going to grab Donald Trump, who's been turned into white noise the last couple of years, and he's being put in Americans' living rooms.
Yeah.
Here's the guy. He's the nominee. Do you really want this again? They think that'll change things.
I don't know if I'm suffering from campaign post-traumatic stress, but I just don't go all Robbie Mook on us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not talking about, as James Carville would say, algorithms.
Okay, but
Robin talks about algorithms. What are algorithms? No. Here's
could happen.
Here's the theory of the case. And their theory of the case, the Biden campaign, and I think they're dead right. It's going to be a close race. And in close races, it's the blocking, it's the tackling that wins it for you. We saw this in 2004. We thought that 2004 with Bush against Kerry was going to be just like 2000. But you had Ken Mehlman, who was blocking and tackling from January on. Just phone calls every day, going around, and now you have Jen O'Malley Dillon doing it every day, and that's
amazing.
And that stuff adds up in close races. If you know it's going to be a close race, that stuff adds up. So again, maybe they're wrong, but I will tell you the difference between this campaign and 16 is there was arrogance in the 16 campaign. They made fun of Donald Trump. They said no way Donald Trump could win. They went on Saturday Night Live and mocked and ridiculed Donald Trump as the Republican nominee. This is the one good thing about these New York Times polls. It scares the crap out of all the supporters who will say to fundraisers, please, may we give you more? And so I guess after the election's over, Trump will probably say it was a conspiracy. The New York Times Siena poll always overplayed how bad things were for Biden to juice his fundraising, because that's working too.
So let's get caught up.